there's still time for us.
Time?
You know what I mean. If you do this, there'll be no turning back. Do you realize that?
Yes, Caroline. I realize that.
Ridge, honey, I'm home.
Am I interrupting anything? Ridge, what's going on?
Caroline and I were talking.
I see. Caroline, you're crying.
Yes, Brooke, I'm crying.
Why?
I'm sure that Ridge will tell you. I'm sorry, Ridge.
Caroline. I'm sorry, too.
May I ask what that was all about?
She was on her way to the pool. She heard Maria and I talking in here.
So naturally, she stopped in.
Brooke, this is not an easy time for her.
Are she and Thorne having problems again?
Has nothing to do with her and Thorne.
What are you telling me?
I'm asking you to understand.
Understand what?
The feelings, the emotion of two people that cared for each other very much. Can you handle that, Logan?
Yes, I can handle that. As your fiancé, I can handle anything. I'm just surprised. I thought that everything was going so well.
For Thorne and Caroline, no one said it wasn't.
After what you talked about? Are you sure?
Look, we could stand around and talk about this all night. But we have dinner reservations, and I haven't showered and changed yet. We have a very big evening ahead.
Yes, our biggest.
I'll be quick about it.
Well, how was your day?
My day? Well, it could have been better. Then what could I expect, given the way it began?
Kristen, I wish you wouldn't dwell on that.
On what? The fact that my husband thinks I'm faking it in bed?
It was a question prompted by love and concern. I want to know if I'm satisfying you.
If you weren't satisfying me, Clarke, believe me, I would let you know.
Yes, you would.
You know, this kind of talk makes me feel very uneasy.
Sorry, hon, but it should be discussed.
You can talk yourself right into a problem, Clarke.
Obviously, that is not my intention.
I'm under a lot of pressure. Not the least of it, which concerns your offer from Spectrum. So how did your talk go today with Dad?
It was enlightening.
Did you tell him who offered you the job?
No. But he told me if I left, I couldn't come back.
That's his policy with everyone.
Even with you and your brothers?
I don't know, Clarke. I don't know what he'd do with us. But I'll tell you this. If one of us went to work for Spectra, most likely we couldn't come back. That's the effect that name has on all of us. And that's the reason that it shouldn't be surprising to you that it's affecting our sex life.
Well, finally. It's about to turn into a prune in there.
Sorry.
Well, you want to get in? Or you want to get into this fruit plate Maria made for us?
Oh, I think I'll opt for the fruit plate.
Well, that sounds pretty good. So where were you? What took you so long?
The bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by Tide with Bleach. It'll knock your socks off, and it'll get them whiter than any other detergent.
Here.
Oh, thanks.
I was in talking to Ridge and Brooke.
Oh, Brooke's here, huh?
Yeah,
I bet she's on top of the world, isn't she?
I suppose so.
Where are they going to dinner? Cafe Russe?
I don't really know.
Or maybe the private dining room. Ridge likes to reserve that for special occasions.
Yeah, I know. You know, there's no guarantee that they will actually set a date tonight.
Are you kidding? Brooke wouldn't let that happen.
Ah, but she's not the only one involved.
Why, did Ridge say something that led you to believe he didn't want to set a wedding date tonight?
No?
Well, then why do you say that?
I just, I wonder if it's a fait accompli. I mean, what's so special about tonight? What about last night, or last week, or last month?
Honey, what's the problem? You're really uptight about this.
No, you know, I'm just losing my patience, because all we ever talk about around here is Ridge and Brooke's wedding date. I mean, it's become like the major issue of all of our lives.
Well, it is to Ridge and Brooke.
Well, it shouldn't be. If two people are really in love, then they should get married. They should set a date, and they should get married. And stop with all this dragging it out and making up excuses.
My, you are feisty tonight. My wife, the traditionalist. I'm sure they're gonna set a wedding date tonight. I'll bet you they're married within 2 weeks. Now, does that make you feel better?
You know, what would make me feel better is a glass of white wine.
Coming right up.
I'm sorry, Clarke. I hate to keep bringing up Sally Spectra's name. But the fact is that it has been weighing on me, more than I realized. Maybe even in the bedroom.
I went to see Sally today.
You did?
Yes,
Why?
to respond to her job offer.
What did you say?
I told her that I love my wife.
You what?
I used those words exactly.
Why?
Because it's true. I also told her something else. My first priority is with you. That I'm not about to destroy my marriage to you for my career.
You honestly told her all that?
Yes, Kristen. I most certainly did.
$30,000 pieces to date. And that's just the low end.
And that's just the start of the season.
Yeah, and the most popular of the 5 is the cocktail dress. You know, we can't even make enough of those.
Is this true, Saul?
Well, it's a struggle, but we're keeping up. Well, Sally, we're hot today, but who knows about tomorrow?
You let me take care of that.
You know me. I worry.
I know that, Saul. I worry, too.
I saw Clarke walk out of here this morning.
He came back?
Mm-hmm.
So what did he say? Is he with us?
He wants to be. Oh, how he wants to be. His own name on a label, a chance to be somebody.
What's the snag?
His wife.
That wuss. What does he see in her anyway?
Beauty, brains, talent, connections, class. Take your pick.
He's a lost cause.
No. He is not a lost cause. We have worked too hard and we have come too far for that. We finally have a measure of respect and I am not about to give it up.
But Sally, we need to get Clarke.
I know that, Einstein, and we're gonna get him. One way or another, we are gonna get him.
You turned down your offer from Sally Spectra?
It's not in the cards, Kristen.
But isn't that what you wanted? Your own line of clothing? That opportunity?
What I want, Kristen, is a wife who isn't miserable. Who's not so disturbed by what I do and who I work for that she can't enjoy it when we're together. Especially when we're together in bed. No, I definitely don't want that. So if it means giving up this job at Spectra, that's a small price to pay.
Wow.
So, what do you say we celebrate all this decision-making with a little candlelight dinner?
It's a little early for that. What'd you have in mind?
How about Chinese?
Where?
In the bedroom? With some wine?
I'll be waiting here.
And I'll be back.
Clarke wants this job. I know it. He would kill to have his name on a label.
What about his wife?
Sally, with all due respect, she is a forester.
So what? So what does that mean, Saul?
You know what I mean.
What? They live in some rarefied atmosphere? They don't breathe the same air we do? Come on. They're all hustlers in the rag trade, just like the rest of us.
Well, that's not the way they see it.
Oh, yeah? How do they see it, Mr. Wizard?
You know what I mean, Sally. You know what I mean. It's their attitude. It's not that I agree with it.
What attitude is that, Saul? What attitude?
They think their clothes are better than ours, and they always will be.
Yeah.
Right. But they're not, are they? And the sooner you two start to believe that, the sooner the rest of the world is going to believe it. That's how it works, you know. We have to believe it first. We have to believe we have the talent. We are quality. We are class.
That's right, we are.
Atta girl.
Tell that to the foresters.
Oh, Saul, you devil's advocate. Wait a minute. That's very good. That's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell it to the foresters. You know something? You're a genius. Now, you mark my words. Clarke Garrison is going to come back here and work for us and be proud to do so. And that beautiful forester wife of his, she's going to be very proud of it, too.
Where's Thorne?
He went to the kitchen.
Then that doesn't give us much time.
For what?
To talk about what you and Ridge were talking about in the den.
That was a private conversation, Brooke. I don't ask you about your many chats with my husband.
You love having me in this position.
What position?
Curious, and maybe even a little insecure.
Oh, just a little?
I don't deserve this.
Now, there is an issue that we can debate. Whether or not you deserve to feel insecure and jealous where Ridge is concerned. I want you to think back. Think back to where it all began. And you tell me, you just try to tell me that you don't deserve to feel threatened by me.
Coming, darling.
I'm sorry. I hope I haven't interrupted anything. My name is Sally Spectra.
I know. What do you want?
Is your husband in?
No.
Might I have a few minutes of your time?
Of my time?
You are alone, aren't you?
Of course. Come in.
Thanks.
Hey, Ridge, have you tried this Chardonnay?
No.
What about this one?
That's terrific. Hey, have you seen Brooke?
No?
Where the heck is she?
Upstairs, I imagine.
I just came from upstairs. I've looked everywhere.
Well, maybe she's down at the pool with Caroline. Why don't you two come on down? We'll have a glass of wine and maybe pull out a calendar. I'm sure Brooke must have a couple dozen of them in her purse.
It's that letter again. You're never going to forgive me for that.
Because in that letter, Brooke, Ridge declared his love for me, so don't you dare make it sound like a petty grudge I'm holding against you. That letter would have changed the course of my life if you hadn't kept it from me.
You read the letter. I showed it to you, Caroline. And nothing changed. You still married Thorne.
Oh, you are just so clever, and you are so manipulative, aren't you? Okay, yeah, you showed me the letter on the morning of my wedding to another man, to Thorne.
No one was holding a gun to your head.
No, but people were counting on me. Especially a very sensitive and wonderful man, and you knew the odds were against my being able to respond to Ridge's love at that point.
And you married a very wonderful, sensitive man by choice.
All right, by choice. Fine, by choice. But that doesn't let you off the hook.
No, I did something very wrong, and I realize that. But it is over and finished.
No, Brooke, it is not over, and it is certainly not finished. Because the feelings are still here, and they are very much alive.
Am I late?
For what?
Whatever.
No, but we are going to be late for our dinner reservation.
We wouldn't want that, would we?
I did interrupt something.
Yes, you did.
Would one of you like to tell me what it's about?
What you interrupted were two ladies talking about the very special men in their lives.
Is that so?
You guys, I knew I should have brought 2 more glasses down here. Hold everything. I'll go get a couple more.
Thorne, that's okay. We have to go anyway.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they're running late for some dinner reservations.
We better get going.
Now, you two go rip up the town. I don't want to see you home before 3 a.m. at the earliest.
We'll do our best.
And when you do get home, come and wake us up and give us the good news. All right? Now go on. Get out of here.
We'll see you both later.
Those two are going to have the night of their lives.
Don't do it, Ridge. Please don't do it.
Jewelry provided by Stephen Dweck. Join us again for the bold and the beautiful.